Good morning, Sycamore Junior High. Today is Tuesday, March 3rd, and today is National I Want You to Be Happy Day. National I Want You to Be Happy Day on March 3rd encourages us to do something that makes others happy. It also asks us to see other people's happiness from their point of view. So putting a smile on someone else's face tends to put one on yours too. So be happy today. All right, could everyone please stand and face the flag? And we're going to begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. You may be seated. All right, tryouts for junior high baseball pitchers and catchers will start after school today and go until 5 o'clock. If you have questions, see Coach Harris in room 213. Don't forget today, and you may see this a little late, but if you missed this meeting, today Coach Datillo, the varsity football coach, will be here to talk to anybody interested in playing football here at the junior high or at the high school next year. If you missed this meeting, see Coach Harris or Coach DeJoy for the information. For all mathletes, your next meeting will be on Wednesday, March 11th for the last CML and Math Olympiad contest. You will not meet this Wednesday, March 4th, because Mr. Miles has a conflict after school. Any 7th grade boy interested in playing soccer here at the junior high next year, please stop by Mr. Tanaka's room, room 240, between classes to get a handout regarding soccer tryouts for next year. Reminder to all tennis players, tennis tryouts will begin Monday, March 9th after school. Please report to the health room to check in before going out to the tennis courts. Don't forget a can of new unopened tennis balls, and please have a ride arranged to pick you up promptly at 5 o'clock. Now, this year, we do our annual Pop Tab contest. This is the money we raise from Pop Tabs goes to the Ronald McDonald House. It's a big bracket, very competitive. We got a nice video for you to check out about this contest and who's competing against who. And that's all for me right now. We'll see you tomorrow.
Good morning. Hope you're having a great day. We are here to introduce something that we're really excited about. This is our 5th biannual Pop Tab tournament. This is something that we do every other year, and it benefits the Ronald McDonald House. It is a great competition. It has definitely gotten down and dirty over the years. Yes, it is.
A lot of underhanded dealings. Hopefully we'll cut those out this year. So we'll see.
But it all goes to a great cause, which is the Ronald McDonald House here in Cincinnati. Just to give you a little bit of an idea of what the Pop Tab tournament looks like. This is a 6-week tournament that is in the style of March Madness. It is broken into 5 weeks, and today we are going to be introducing the bracket. And basically how it works is when each week you are matched up against a team. Right now, everyone is involved in the bracket. If you are able to collect more Pop Tabs than your opponent during that given week, then you will advance in the bracket, hopefully becoming the top team to collect Pop Tabs. We do have some interesting things that we have along the way. If your team is knocked out of the Pop Tab competition, meaning, for example, in the first round, half of the teams will get knocked out, it doesn't mean that you are officially out. Those teams that are still in will be begging you for your Pop Tab. So it is up to you to decide what is the best item that is offered to your classroom for giving up your Pop Tabs, because those things are like gold around here.
We've had issues of classes giving, a donut party, some bagels, things like that. So sell your Pop Tabs dearly once you are eliminated from the contest.
And if I'm not mistaken, we actually have a name for that. We call it the Tanaka Take. That was renamed after Mr. Tanaka. You'll have to ask him why it's called the Tanaka Take. We just don't have time to get into
No, I mean, that was a huge scandal that year, so not important right now.
So what we are here to do today is to introduce to you the 4 regions that will be participating in the Pop Tab contest. It is first bell classes. We'll let you know our thoughts as each region is being introduced to you, and at the end we'll let you know our final 4 picks. So with that, I think we have our first bracket up on the board.
I think that is the West region.
That is
up
the West
on the
region.
board. Got a lot of strong teams in that West region. I'm looking at maybe Teets. I mean, I don't know the motivation for this. Maybe this year he'll dig down deep and see if we can accomplish something out of that bracket.
Well, I do remember a year when it was time to turn in your your pop tabs after the first round. I do remember him, and he had a baggie.
A baggie.
If I'm not mistaken, it had at least 7 pop tabs in it. So, yeah, if he's going to be the dark horse, he's got a long way to go. But I'll tell you what's really interesting about the seeding in this particular region. Spielman and Jarvis, they both have won the pop tab contest before, and the fact that they are actually teammates, I think that's a bit scary.
Oh, that could be a team that's hard to beat there. That's 2 very formidable opponents right there combined.
I think so. And then I also noticed that we've got Diorio and Huffman. I think that's very interesting. 2 science teachers. Sometimes those teachers, when they're in the same department, they tend to team up. They might be working together to make sure one of them advances.
Yeah, I'd like to see that. That's an interesting connection there. See if we can get a winner out of the science department. I don't know if we've had a science department winner. So
I don't believe we have.
Right, so that could happen there. So
that being said, if we could introduce the East bracket. Anything kind of stick out to you on the East bracket?
East bracket. Well, the person there that's always a surprise because, he'll resort to anything to try and win that, I think, is Shomo. I mean, I think he's one of those people. He's full of tricks. He's a cagey old veteran, so maybe he'll pull out some tricks and, actually try and win this year.
That wouldn't surprise me. It's something else that I've noticed. You have a tremendous amount of coaches in this bracket.
Yep.
Now, that can be good. They're uber competitive. But also, are they really thinking about pop tabs? I mean, can we knock out Winkle, Andriola, Reese, Walkoff, Shomo right away? Because they're all coaches. Maybe this just isn't on their mind. They just definitely have sports on their mind.
I think if you were running away with pop tabs, Shomo might have a chance. If you're running away with it because, that interests him. So we'll see what happens in that division. That should be a real interesting division.
I completely agree. That's going to be a great matchup, all of those teams in round 1. Let's move over to the North division.
Now the North, you got some really interesting content. We got a new one up there, Henson. And Henson she's a new teacher here in the building. She's been here for a couple years, relatively new. I think she's got that competitive edge. She could really surprise people in that region. I don't want to underestimate her or, quite possibly George and Dean. I can see that being, as well as a great name of a great band, George and Dean, possibly. I can see a surprise coming out of that region. So that could be a real interesting contest in that region.
Yeah, I with Henson, though, being so inexperienced, she's never been through this contest before. She doesn't know the stress that goes along with, especially you get into the Sweet 16 and then the Grade 8 when you're down to the Final 4. And I just don't know if that lack of experience. You look at this bracket, you got Reedy, you got Jones, you got Torp, you got George. Those are some of our most experienced teachers.
That is true. There's some wily veterans in that group. So can the rookie make an impact in that group? And I think that's the question we're going to be looking at in the coming weeks.
Yeah, and then look at her first round matchup with Callahan. I mean, you've got the choir versus the band.
Yeah, that should be brutal. I mean, there could be instruments and sheet music flying all over the place after that one. So,
all right, moving on to the final region, which is our South region.
All right, and in the South, I mean, I'm looking at, you got the person to look out for, Meyer. I mean, always look out for Meyer. She is one of those people, super competitive. She brings her teams and her classes ready to play.
I agree, and boy, you've got that English matchup of the Bourne and Adams teaming up against James. I think that's a great matchup. Gates, I mean, boy, what she brought to the Masked Singer, if she brings that same thing here, boy, we're in big trouble. All right, final 4 picks. What do you think?
Final 4 picks. I'm going to go with this. This is going to be a shocker here. All right, I'm going Spielman Jarvis.
Not a surprise, yes.
Okay. I'm going to be a little surprised down that bottom bracket. I'm going to go with Winkle. Okay, I think Winkle's going to pull something out in that bottom bracket. We're going to check that out. All right, and I'm going one of those music teachers. So I'm going Callahan or Henson. I'm kind of hedging my bets there with one of those. I think Callahan or Henson. And then in that bottom bracket, I'm going very strong with that Meyer-Winsel team. I think that's a good pick one right there. Solid pick.
My final 4, I like whoever comes out of Diorio and Huffman. I think whoever wins that matchup, I got to admit, I I know I say this every year. I think Stern's going to do it this year. I like my students in the East. In the North, I like Reedy. She's very, very competitive. She's always done well
That's
in the
true.
Pop Tab contest. And then finally, in the South, I like Bourne and Adams because that's not Bourne. That's Hubbard Miller.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
and you're talking wily veteran. This is a woman, she knows how to win. She knows what it takes to win. She'll have her classes ready to compete. I think it's going to be a great competition
It will
this
be
year.
great. The contest starts today. It wraps up on April 17th, but round one goes from March 3rd until March 12th. So good luck to you in your first bell classes.
All right, we'll see you. We'll be updating these on video announcements. Have a great day.
Great day.